Bernie, first in live chat at 2:05. There we go. So 2:10 will end the early birds. Matty Ice Card is in here second. Bernie, no. Alright. Sorry about that. I went live and it kind of burped on me. I had to restart again. And the second time through, it worked. It worked. So we're going to have some fun today. Hall of Fame Biography, episode 258. Wilbert Robinson, probably a lesser known Hall of Famer. But we will do his biography because he's in the Hall of Fame. Commonly and sometimes known as Uncle Robbie. Uncle Robbie. Alright? Hopefully you all had a great weekend. I had a garage sale. It didn't go over as good as I wanted it to. But I did have an enjoyable 2 days on Friday and Saturday talking with different people that came by, talking baseball, talking all kinds of good stuff, just people like my generation to have a chance to chat with and talk with. So it was pretty fun. And then yesterday we took some friends out to a seafood restaurant. They were visiting in town from Texas. I was glad to see them. It had been almost 7 years since we saw them last, and they were up in the area, and they said, "Can we get together?" And we said, "Yeah." They were looking forward to maybe some of Cindy's Filipino cooking, but we took them out to a seafood restaurant instead, and sat in the restaurant and looked out over the water. So that was fun. But other than that, we're going to have a fun-filled Hall of Fame Biography, episode 258, Wilbert Robinson, and I don't believe we got a baseball quote and an on this day in baseball to go over as soon as we finish the early birds. Okay, so we got Bernie and Matty Ice here so far. Again at 2:10 we'll end the early bird entries. That ready. Let me get let me do a real quick refresh here. Alright, we got Bernie and Matty Ice. So Bernie H is in here with a 2+. We got today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday left in the month of June. Then we'll get ready. I'll make a new spreadsheet for July. Or I can actually fill in a couple extra days we got here. And then make a July for the remainder of the time. We got a 2+, and then we got a Matty Ice. Matty Ice with a 2+. Right? Probably less entry. We do have 406 entries now, so we do have 5 prizes on the wheel, or 4 prizes on the wheel for the 400 tier. 1, 2, 3, 4 prizes on the wheel for the June-July giveaway. Looking forward to that. Matt, aka Semi Trucks, in the house with a 2+ for his early bird entries. You made it in here, Matt, in the 5-minute time spot. Hey everyone, Bernie H and Matty Ice and Bernie H, Matty Ice, and Matt, aka Semi Truck. So we're almost there. Almost there. And there we go. We are done. So we've got Bernie H, Matty Ice cards, and Matt, aka Semi Truck. How do we not get a line here? I'm going to draw the line. It's not going to be as straight as it should be, but we will get it in there. All right? So without further ado, we will go through the baseball quotes. I'll pull them up here, and then we will get ready after this to go into Wilbert Robinson's biography. Baseball quote for today, Monday, June 24th. The baseball birthdays for today are Don Mincher, Ken Reitz, Doug Phelps, and Phil Hughes. And today's is baseball quotes. And the quote is, that ball would have gone to China or Australia if it hadn't hit that transformer. It was the hardest hit ball I have ever seen. And that was by Detroit announcer Ernie Harwell on A's star Reggie Jackson's 539-foot home run off the Pirates' Doc Ellis in the 1971 All-Star Game. God is great says, been waiting 11 minutes. Your other live is still there. Really? My other live is still there. I ended that one. I don't know how it could be still there. It should have ended. But I'll give you credit there. God is great. Give you a 2+ here. Sorry, Titus. Alright. But I got you now. Been waiting for 11 minutes. Yeah, it's been 12. I've been online since I restarted the stream. Yeah, I had an error on the first one, and for some reason it started an older live. I'll go in and delete that one when I do maintenance on my channel and stuff. But yeah, that's what happens sometimes. And today also is St. Jean Baptist Day in Canada. So again, that quote was given by Detroit announcer Ernie Harwell on the A's star Reggie Jackson's 539-foot home run off the Pirates' Doc Ellis in the 1971 All-Star Game. So that was our baseball quote of the day. I need to get over so I can see my live. Our baseball quote of the day. Alright, next up we have is... Yes, we were. Okay, and then Bernie must have looked also and seen that we were... So it showed me live, yeah. I didn't see any chatting. Did you guys chat in that stream? I wasn't seeing the chat, so I knew there was something wrong. So... But other than that, I don't really have another way of going to make sure that it should be closed now. Once I started this one, it should have closed that one out. But if not, I'll double check it. And if it's from today, I'll know to delete that one because it's an erroneous live stream. Okay, so today, on this day, for Tuesday, June the 25th, 2024, the baseball birthdays are Carlos Delgado, Erasmus Ramirez, Aaron Silly, and Mike Stanley. And on this day, on June 25th, 1968, Bobby Bonds became the first player in the 20th century to hit a grand slam in his first major league game. Bonds victimized Dodgers reliever John Purdon in the 6th inning. The Giants prevailed 9-0 behind the pitching of Ray Sadecki. So that is our on this day in baseball history, June 25th, 1968. We are done there. Tomorrow we will be back with a regularly scheduled trivia. And there will be one answer, so tomorrow's trivia will be worth 5 points tomorrow, not today. Okay, so I got God is great. We're good to go, and we're going to continue on. I see so far one thumbs up. We don't have any baseball product to open, so it's mainly just going to be the Wilbert Robinson biography. And I will start off. I do not have any of his baseball cards. If he does have any, I haven't added one into my collection yet. But I will. I'm going to do a binder that has one card of every player in the Baseball Hall of Fame, if possible. That's what I'm going to try to do. A nice baseball card for each Hall of Fame player in a one binder set. One of these days or years, or maybe I'll pass it on and have somebody else do it for me. I don't know. But Wilbert Robinson, Uncle Robbie, was a star catcher for the famous Baltimore Orioles on pennant clubs of 1894, 95, and 96. He later won fame as a manager of the Brooklyn Dodgers from 1914 through 1931. Set a record of 7 hits in 7 times at bat in a single game. So that's pretty awesome stats there for sure. So other than that, we're going to go into his biography now. Hopefully you guys are having a great start to your week. I will be doing my regularly scheduled WhattNot auctions this week. If you care to tune in for those, that would be awesome. Okay, so other than that, we're going to go on to Wilbert Robinson's biography. It's not a super long one, so our stream won't be super long today, but we will have some fun. Wilbert Robinson was born June 29th, 1864. Passed away on August the 8th, 1934. Nicknamed Uncle Robbie. Was an American catcher, coach, and manager in Major League Baseball. He played in the MLB for the Philadelphia Athletics, Baltimore Orioles, and the St. Louis Cardinals. He managed the Orioles and Brooklyn Robins. Robinson was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1945. Life and playing career. Born in Bolton, Massachusetts, Robinson was a catcher in the minor New England League in 1885 and made it to the major leagues in 1886 with the Philadelphia Athletics of the American Association, where he remained until 1890. He lasted in the majors until 1902, playing much of his career with 2 separate Baltimore Orioles franchises from 1890 to 1899 with the Orioles team, which folded after the 1899 National League season, and in 1901 and 1902 with the American League team, which moved to New York City in 1903 and became the Yankees. He also spent 1 season in 1900 with the St. Louis Cardinals. Over the course of his career, Robinson played 1,316 games as a catcher, which prepared him for his second baseball career as a manager. The star catcher of the Orioles dynasty, on which won 3 straight titles from 1894 to 1896, he compiled a career batting average of .273. with a peak of .353 in the heavy hitting season of 1894. Durable behind the plate, he caught a triple header in 1896, followed by a doubleheader the following day. He also was the first catcher to play directly behind the batter at all times, as the previous practice had been to play farther back when there were fewer than 2 strikes. A highlight of his career was a 7-hit game on June 10, 1892. He also batted in 11 runs in that game on September 16, 1924. As a manager of the Brooklyn Dodgers, he saw that record eclipsed as Jim Bottomley of the St. Louis Cardinals batted in 12 runs. Robinson, whose team was in contention for the pennant at the time, lamented, "Why did he have to save all those hits for us? Couldn't he have made some of them against the Giants manager, Tug McGraw?" As far as his managerial career, he managed the Baltimore and New York. Frank Robinson and McGuire joined as business partners in the Baltimore Orioles, a team that would debut in the American League in 1901. McGraw served as a player-manager of the American League Orioles in 1901 and the beginning of the 1902 season, at which point he departed to the New York Giants. There were rumblings of a move to New York City to counter the Giants to help the fledgling league before the season had started, but nothing came to pass yet. In the 1902 season was the last for the Orioles in the American League. I don't know why I'm yawning. I got pretty good sleep, I thought, last night. Robinson took over after McGraw had gone 26-31 to manage the last 83 games. He won 24 while losing 57 with 2 ties. The team had been plagued by debt suffered by owner John Mahon, Andrew Fredman, and John D. Brush. Principal owners of the Giants and Cincinnati Reds, respectively, purchased the team and raided the roster by releasing certain players to be claimed by the two teams. The American League president, Ban Johnson, seized control of the Orioles not long after and loaned several players from the other American League teams, but the damage was done. After the season, McGraw enticed Robinson to be his pitching coach from 1903 to 1913. Although he would also do some coaching at third base, during which time the Giants won 5 National League pennants and World Series title in 1905. As for the Orioles, they moved to New York for 1903. The argument between the two after the 1903 World Series over alleged bad coaching by either man in a saloon meant to reunite the old Oriole teammates, meant the beginning of a feud between the two that never formally healed, and Robinson left to manage Brooklyn in 1914. As far as the Brooklyn Dodgers, in 1914, Robinson took over the National League Brooklyn franchise, and the team was known by various nicknames, including Bridegrooms, Superbass, and Dodgers. But during Robinson's managerial tenure, which lasted until 1931, the club was often referred to as the Robins in honor of their manager, who had acquired the nickname Uncle Robbie. The frequently error-prone Dodgers teams of this era were also sometimes diversely known as Uncle Robbie's Daffiness Boys, with the latter having won the National League MVP award. Robinson would lead them to a 75-79 record in 1914, 19 and a half games behind first, while finishing 5th for the first time since 1907. He followed it up with an 80-72-2 second season that had them finish 3rd in the league, which acquiring future Hall of Fame pitcher Ruby Marquardt from New York. Oh, excuse me. Let me take a sip of water here real quick. Sorry, guys. Robinson continued to manage the Robins for 11 more seasons, with 5 winning seasons in the mix. His best finish was the 1924 team, which finished second with a 92-62 record, while being buoyed by National League MVP Dazzy Vance, who had completed the Triple Crown and leading the National League in 28 wins, strikeouts 262, and ERA 2.16. The Robins had a slow run into August, which included being down as many as 13 games for the first on the 9th. However, the Robins went on a 13-game winning streak from August the 25th to September 6th, and they were tied for the National League lead 3 times in the month. On September 23rd, with 4 games to play, the Robins were tied for a lead with the Giants before facing the Chicago Cubs, soon tabbed to finish 5th in the standings, and the Boston Braves, the league doormat, for 2 games each, with Vance tabbed to start 2 of them. The Giants, however, had 5 games left to play. However, they would win and lose twice, which included a 10th inning home run off Vance by Gabby Hartnett on the 23rd that doomed the Robins. The Giants finished 93-60 to finish 1.5 games in first. The Robins also had their share of struggles, which included 7 times of finishing in the second division below 4th, including 5 in a row from 1925 to 1929, which coincided with Robinson serving as both manager and team president, having been named after owner Charles Ebbets had died. Robinson finished his career with 2 fourth-place finishes in 1930 and 31, and he closed out his career on September 27, 1931 at Ebbets Field, fittingly against McGraw and his New York Giants. Robinson's Robins won 12-3, and he was replaced by Max Carey as manager while hunting at his camp in Brunswick, Georgia. In his 18 years at the helm of the Robins, Robinson compiled a record of 1,375 wins, 1,341 losses, and 19 ties, including National League championships in 1916 and 1920. Brooklyn's only pennants between 1901 and 1940, his 1,375 National League victories, were at the time the 3rd highest total in National League history, trailing only the totals of John McGraw, then with 2,652, and Fred Clark. With 1,602. Robinson was highly regarded for his ability to draw outstanding performances from his pitching staffs, a result of his many years as a catcher. Among the pitchers he guided to success were John McGinty with both the Orioles teams and the Giants, Ruby Marquardt of the Giants, and Dazzy Vance and Bertie Grimes with the Dodgers. Another pitcher who would later recall Robinson's excellent advice, although never played together during a regular season, was John Tiener, who in the 1910s served simultaneously as National League president and governor of Pennsylvania. Robinson was manager when Al Lopez started out as a catcher in the major leagues. And Lopez made his debut in 1928 before becoming a regular in 1930, who spent the first 6 seasons of a 19-year career with Brooklyn. Robinson watched Lopez's style, finally hollered, "Tell that punk he got 2 hands to catch with. Never mind the fancy Dan stuff." Lopez went on to eventually surpass Robinson in the number of games played as catcher. with 1,316, and Lopez in the most games caught at 1,918 in 1945. The record was not broken for 4 decades. In 1951, Lopez became a manager and won 2 pennants and 1,410 games in 17 seasons that led to his induction into the Hall of Fame. As far as his retirement and death, after his retirement from managing, Robinson became the president of the Atlanta Crackers minor league team. He suffered a fall in his hotel room in August 1934, resulting in a broken arm and a head injury. On August the 8th, he suffered a brain hemorrhage and died in Atlanta, Georgia, at the age of 70. He was buried in the New Cathedral Cemetery in Baltimore. His resting place is located near the grave of John McGraw, who had died in February of that year. As far as family, Robinson's brother, Fred Robinson, also played briefly in the majors, appearing in 3 games for the 1884 Cincinnati Outlaw Reds of the Union Association. As far as his legacy, Robinson was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1945 by the Old Timers Committee. One reporter had described him as a rule-of-thumb manager, a gentle Falstaff, who could get more out of less material than any manager before or since, noted baseball analyst Bill James, looking at all elected managers of the Hall of Fame based on meeting expectations in regards to record described as his election capacity. Okay? Robinson and Ruth Law. March 13, 1915, a spring training in Daytona Beach, Florida, Robinson decided to try to set a record of sorts by catching a baseball dropped from an airplane being flown 525 feet overhead. Being inspired by aviator Ruth Law's penchant for dropping golf balls from the plane onto a nearby golf course. This was not the first stunt involving a catching a fly ball from a considerable distance, as Gabby Street had caught a ball dropped from the Washington Monument on August the 21st, 1908, after 4 misses. Law and team trainer Fred Kelly would be on the plane for the stunt. However, Law had somehow forgot to bring the baseball and instead dropped a grapefruit, which splattered all over the manager. The grapefruit made such a mess that Robinson thought he had lost his eye because of the acid and the blood-like splatter that covered him. And he began screaming before his teammates began to laugh at the sight of a grapefruit-covered teammate, and he realized it was a joke. From this point on, Robinson referred to airplanes as fruit flies, and according to legend, is the reason that the spring training grapefruit leg got its name. So there you go. There's Wilbert Robinson's biography. Now we'll go over his Hall of Fame induction statistics. Wilbert Robinson, again, he was a catcher and manager, born June 9, 1864, in Bolton, Massachusetts. He died August 8 in 1934, age 90, in Atlanta, Georgia. He batted right through right. His MLB debut, April 19, 1886, for the Philadelphia Athletics. His last MLB appearance was September 29, 1902, for the Baltimore Orioles. His MLB statistics: his batting average, .273, 18 home runs, runs batted in 722, managerial record 1,399 wins and 1,398 losses, giving him a winning percentage of 500. So basically he won one more game than his losses. Yeah. As a player, he played for the Philadelphia Athletics 1886 to 1890, the Baltimore Orioles, the American and National Leagues 1890 to 1899, the St. Louis Cardinals in 1900, the Baltimore Orioles American League 1901 and 2 as a manager, in Baltimore Orioles American League 1902. So there you have it. Wilbert Robinson is our Hall of Famer today. So tomorrow we're going to be doing Pudge Rodriguez. And I'm trying to remember where oh wait, I think I do have Pudge Rodriguez. I got to get him into a binder, I believe. I think we got his cards off to the side there. I was like, why aren't they in my Hall of Fame box? Now I remember where I got them. Alright, so other than that, we will get back to the live stream here. There we go. Interesting pie. Oh yeah, that's an oddball. Wilbert Robinson. Wilbert Robinson. But very cool. Very cool. So I'm hoping by Friday, I think Lockin99 has sent me my monthly box. He sends me a box every month almost. But yeah. Other than that, we'll see as we move along what we can do this week. But I don't have much product right now to open at the time. So other than that, that is our lineup for today. And unless anybody has any questions or things you want to talk about baseball, I can hang out till maybe about 3 o'clock. I gotta make a phone call before I do my 5 o'clock auction on WhattNot. So that is all I've got for today. Short program today. Nothing to open up on the side. So if there's no other questions, let me get in here. We'll do the 2-minute warning and finish at 2:40 today. A short stream for sure. Only just over a half-hour mark. There we go, right at 38, right at 2:40, we will end the stream. Bernie says he's here. I got you, Bernie. I got Bernie as being here. Who else is going to be here at the end? Just Bernie? Is that the only ones we got here today? Tumbleweed's in the house. Where'd Tumbleweed go? Oh, I got to add you on this side, don't I? Tumbleweed. Tumbleweed gets a 2. Who else we got? Bernie. Have a great evening, Donald, and everybody. Another great stream as always. Thanks, Bernie. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry about the mix-up at the beginning of the stream today. Hopefully that don't happen tomorrow again. Sometimes it's weird. It happens like after my weekend. It's like trying to communicate with the programs. I don't know. Okay, let me get ready to end the 2-minute warning. Alright. The 2-minute warning. And that's it. So we got Bernie, Tumbleweed, and that was it for the 2-minute warning. Alright, Y'all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day. And as always, it's not just words, but be blessed. This has been Don Blondell Hall of Fame Biography, episode 258, Wilbert Robinson, and a couple of baseball quotes. So until next time, y'all take care. Have a wonderful, blessed day, and we will see you around the channels. Okay? Bye for now. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, take care.